What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Captain Marvel movie. So it's now Sunday. The Captain Marvel movie came out Friday, and damn, it absolutely crushed at the box office. Absolutely crushed it. So there was a lot of SWJ YouTube channels and a lot of people trying to discredit this movie. And after I went to a special media screening, I knew this movie was going to do amazing. But I didn't think it would do this amazing. So, news just broke recently on Twitter that Captain Marvel hit 455 million worldwide, putting it at the sixth-time massive, biggest opening weekend as ever. So after that, I went on to boxofficemojo.com. Quite a reliable source, and look, as you can see on the screen right now, Captain Marvel is sixth, which is insane because there's so much negativity towards this movie. To think it beat stuff like Spider-Man 3, Civil War, Black Panther, Harry Potter, Marvel the Avengers, it beat a lot of crazy big movies. So Deadpool 2, it just beat Deadpool, you know how big Deadpool got. It's just like the plethora of movies that this movie has crushed, and it's only the opening weekend. So like I said in my initial review, I have watched the movie again, and I still think it's a solid 6.5 and a very good origin story that's not your standard boring generic. And generally most of the comments are on level with what I was saying. If you hate the movie, you hate the movie, that's fair, but at least watch it and don't judge it on what Brie Larson did and didn't say, even though everyone took everything she said out of context. But it's absolutely amazing because it only just did shy of $200 million less than Avengers Infinity War. And this is a movie about a character that supposedly no one cares about. But I think money talks. So according to this, it did 153 million domestically. Then obviously the worldwide makes up the rest of it. But this is absolutely fantastic for the first Marvel solo female movie. Now, if you compare it to the likes of Wonder Woman, who everyone keeps saying is such a better hero, even though, like, realistically, guys, I have got it on Blu-ray. I did watch it a bunch of times cinema. But realistically, I think that Captain Marvel even is a better opening character to who she really is. I mean, that did 200 million, so it smashed Wonder Woman. And everyone thought this movie was going to flop, so congratulations to Marvel, Brie Larson, Kevin Feige. Everyone worked on that project because it's absolutely done amazing. So let's go over and look at the reviews. So on Rotten Tomato, interesting. The tomato meter's gone down a bit, 80%, 347. Now, the audience score in here, I'm not really bothered about it because there's a lot of conspiracy theories that these numbers keep getting fixated and deleted. So 57%, yeah, 50 to 60 is a fair score. Let's look at something more reliable, in my opinion. Cinema Score gave it an A, which is pretty awesome. IMDb, which I actually think is the fairest one because 7 out of 10, 89,000 comment, 89,000 votes even. So overall, yeah, people were thinking it's a pretty solid movie. And to be honest, I'm not even surprised that the movie did so well in the opening weekend. I mean, now you could say, yes, it does stand a very good chance to hit 1 billion at the box office. Let's be honest, it only needs to hit like another 550 million over the next 6 to 7 weeks to hit that. So it's going to be a very interesting second week to see, does it dramatically drop over the weeks to come when obviously people go and watch it again or people watch it for the first time. But to hit over $400 million, to beat Black Panther, I mean, initially no one thought that this movie would even break $100 million in America because Brie Larson completely destroyed the Marvel Cinematic Universe by herself. Now, this is just a really good indication for when she comes to Avengers Endgame. Obviously, it would have made a little bit more sense for me, at least, to introduce Brie Larson into the MCU a bit differently. You know, kind of how T'Challa, Black Panther, Chad Boswell, how they introduced him in Civil War, then he was in Infinity War. But they have introduced her into her own solo movie, and then essentially she's going to come in Avengers Endgame. She probably will become more popular. I really did enjoy the movie, but there were a lot of drawbacks. There were a lot of issues with that movie, but it wasn't boring. And you've got to understand that it has got 3 different directors here. Then obviously Kevin Feige putting his little clamp on it. It's got a lot of different actors. I think they could have judged and kind of used the characters a lot better. Like, for me personally, having Lee Pace play Ronan the Accuser, he wasn't really in it. Agent Coulson by Greg Clark, obviously, he wasn't really in it. Jude Law's character was kind of annoying because he didn't really say an awful lot, but I just wanted to make a short, informative video on how well the movie did at the opening weekend. I don't tend to do videos like this on the channel, to be honest, ever, but the movie did that well that I wanted to just do a little video talking about how and why it did so well. And also there's a bit of news about, obviously, YouTube, because they've started to censor, kind of. So let's Google YouTube censorship Captain Marvel. So yeah, I've been reading a bunch of articles on Twitter about it. YouTube have been censoring stuff, which I personally think it's valid. So YouTube fought Brie Larson trolls by changing the algorithm. So it is interesting. Obviously, there is a lot of SJW channels, but at the same time, YouTube is for the creators. YouTube is about expressing your opinion. But this article essentially claims that if you search Brie Larson a couple of days ago, angry rants about Brie Larson's involvement in the MCU, with one more change to the algorithm, it made it all disappear. Which, yeah, I mean, YouTube is king at the end of the day. It's their platform. If they want to change something, to be honest, there were a lot of videos that were unjustified. The comments about The Wrinkle in Time has nothing to do with essentially this movie. So it says YouTube responds with videos from Entertainment Weekly, ABC, CNN, and other outlets. So essentially what it's saying is it's going to put the news outlets in front of the content creator, which is something that I don't agree with. I don't agree with the fact that these news outlets are essentially getting ahead of these YouTubers. I mean, some of the videos are pretty decent, like that one there. I don't know if you've watched it. Brie Larson is ruining Marvel. Essentially, it's an informative discussion on someone's views. So I don't agree with the clamping down on freedom of speech on YouTube, but there were a lot of SJWs. I don't want to promote these channels, but you know who I'm referring to, a bunch of them, just basically slandering Brie Larson, saying she's not the hero you expect her to be. She's not Alita Battle Angel. Well, she's not supposed to be. She's better than Alita Battle Angel, in my opinion. So I will link the Verge article down below if you haven't read it. It is interesting, and it will kind of change stuff because obviously it says here, the notable shift in responses speaks to an even bigger conversation about YouTube's search algorithm. If this is a way to prioritize higher quality videos when people are searching for a topic, could this be used for non-news topics? Some creators, yeah, I don't agree with censorship on YouTube, but there have been a lot of articles, a lot of slandering on Brie Larson, the fact that she shouldn't be in the MCU. Well, I am on the kind of belief that maybe you should watch the movie before you go full force to judge her. But let me know, guys, down below. Do you think YouTube should have the right to censor their own platform? Because essentially it is really their platform, and they can and will do whatever they want with it. Because essentially, if you make videos on YouTube and you've got over 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time, they essentially are giving you a platform to make money and essentially grow a following, etc. So essentially, you can only do that stuff because they're allowing you to do it. So if they want to censorship some certain topics, then I guess. But I don't like the fact that the news outlets are going to be pushed higher than independent creators. I think that is something that could negatively impact some up-and-coming topics in the future. Like I said, I don't normally cover this stuff, but I do feel like there were a lot of trolls, a lot of anti kind of let's review bomb kind of Captain Marvel. And yeah, I get it on Rotten Tomatoes. It wasn't actually review bombing. It was people saying they didn't want to watch the movie. But when it gets to the point where there's a lot of them, it's like, seriously. I understand this does happen. It happened for Suicide Squad. It happened for Justice League. It's just something that's happening with the internet is review bombing. It's kind of ridiculous because at the end of the day, guys, money talks. And making $455 million opening weekend is absolutely insane. I mean, if you said before it come out, is it going to beat Black Panther opening weekend? Is it going to beat Civil War opening weekend? Is it going to beat Age of Ultron? Is it going to beat Avengers? Fast and Furious 7? That is insane. To even beat The Last Jedi. Personally, I think Brie Larson smashed the role. If you did watch the movie, let me know down below. Is it going to join the $1 billion club? Because we here at the Warstu channel, we really think it's going to beat and join the 1 billion club. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. It's just an informative video about how well Captain Marvel did at the box office because I want to support the movie because I think it's a pretty good movie. It's not great. It's not bad. It's like a 6.5. I've watched it 2 times now. Be watching it again, and it is pretty cool. And there are a lot of other questions to answer from this Captain Marvel movie. There's some intercontinuity, there's some inconsistency with things that happen later on in the MCU, so we will be going over them later on in the week. So like always, guys, thanks for the support, and if you do want to enter the competition to win the Hasbro Infinity Gauntlet at the end of the month, they are really pricey. They are, I think, about £130 Great British pounds and 150 to 160 dollars, somewhere around that. So it is a pretty cool prize. So if you do want to enter that, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and let me know down below. Anything really. Did you like Captain Marvel? Who's your favorite superhero? Or who's your favorite villain? Anything like that, guys, and you will be entered down below. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in that next video very soon. Catch you later.